Well, the two young men who were only 14 and 16 years old who executed Yummy, they were caught and convicted of murder. And this story became huge. Time magazine actually put Yummy on the cover of their 1994 issue. And that brought international attention to the Black Disciples. When that happened, when that newspaper, when that Time magazine came out, what really changed with the Black Disciples?
The Black Disciple had already changed. When that happened, that only made the newspaper more richer. It made the news media more richer. They used him and they got money off of him. They made it seem so bad, you see, when they should have been blaming themselves for the conditions in which we were living under at that time. Everything happened in these neighborhoods they created. They made to happen. They put this stuff here. I ain't saying them per se, but they know what they did to us. They sabotaged us into selling drugs, easily getting to drugs, easily getting to guns like today. Everything going on today is by design. It's by a plan. You see, they don't want people like Jeff Ford leading, Larry Hoover leading, because these were not bad leaders. These people led with authority. They led with a sense of feelings for the community and the people. You see, it had got to the place where we weren't interested in fighting, killing up each other no more. It was about coming together. You see, trying to do things politically and economically and educationally for our children. They stopped that. Now today, what you have is children can't go to school. They scared to go to school. People talking about dropout. People scared to leave their house. They empty their own garbage. You got people don't go to the store. They got to send their girlfriends and mothers to the store for them for the simple reason all this madness that's going on out here. You see, because they steady taking leaders away that's trying to do stuff. They got so many people out here scared. It ain't no more disciples. It ain't no more stones, Vice Lord. The only ones it is those like myself that know what's going on and trying to do the right thing. All this other stuff going on in these streets and the community is by design. These people is doing that. The rappers killing up each other. They domestic stuff. It ain't stones against disciples, disciples against, you got people using them names, but that ain't why they killing. It ain't no war with us going on. It's not that.
Well, Tupac, he was really affected by Yummy's story. He actually wrote a song where he mentioned him. He said, I want to dedicate this one to Robert Yummy Sandifer and all the other young dudes that's in a rush to be gangsters. And I remember I interviewed Tupac's group, The Outlaws, and they said that when Tupac did a show in Chicago, he actually spoke about Yummy and kind of was sort of, yelling at the Black Disciples over what had happened and everything else like that.
And so we go to do the show, and this dude, he lost it. He basically lost it.
On stage?
On stage.
What did he
lost
say?
It on the gang members, because there was a lot of dudes in the crowd, throwing up gang signs. The gangsters love to come to Pac shows, and there was certain songs that he would do that would just send them over the edge. So they throwing up their gang signs, but Pac is not looking at it like they saluting him. They really was just, enjoying the music, loving the fact that he up there, and this is how they celebrate. They start throwing up their hood and throwing up their signs. But Pac is thinking about Yummy Sandifer, and he lost it. And basically, threatened a crowd full of gangsters like, yo, y'all keep killing kids, I'll murder all you motherfuckers.
Keep it clean, man.
Well, you know, I want to quote the man right, man. He ain't say MFs. You know what I mean? That man, you know what I mean? He said what he said, and they lost it. You know, they lost it on us, man. We start fighting with the crowd. We throwing bottles at them. They throwing bottles at us. They trying to get on stage. You know, it turned into a real ugly situation.
Do you remember that whole incident?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, even when Tupac did his jail interview, there was a picture of Yummy behind him, you know, during the whole interview. So Tupac was really, really affected by it.
Yummy became what you would call something for the news media, the newspaper, to continue make money off of. Yummy, because see, if they were so much affected by what happened to Yummy, what about these kids getting killed today? What about how they losing their life? You know, what you know, tell me what's the difference with Yummy and all the other young people, 9 and 8 years old, 6-year-old kids out here being murdered. What's the difference? Even though they wasn't assassinated like Yummy, but they being assassinated out here innocently. People can't even sit in their own house and live, you know, and it ain't so much that the police ain't doing their job. But I keep telling you, they know what they're doing. If you don't have the finance or these people ain't got a job, what do they expect for these people to do? They got to eat. They got to pay their bills. You know, now they out here carjacking, you know, selling parts so they can get money. These young guys got children, and they actually trying to support their children. They don't come out during the day, a lot of them. They come out at night. Come on. These people know what they're doing. And where's the police at night? How's all this stuff out? You got cameras everywhere. You're supposed to have these bullet sounding things that lead the police right there. How you never catching nobody? How everybody getting away? These murders is being created.
Yeah. I agree.